All right, country people, good morning. This beautiful Wednesday morning. Right about now, studio time check now 6 minutes. We don't carry waka come out for inside 11 a.m. And anytime we wanna hear this particular ringing tone, where they like column, yes, the jaga one. I know say time don't reach for that one. A wonderful and ogbonge program on top Badegi Radio 90.1 FM. What they call our Politics 101. But today we won't carry small waka diffuse and carry moonwalk and backslide come out inside politics. Moku carry waka enter inside one matter we be say they worry countryman back to back because we go reason inside this year. Our amateur season get as e been they do like picking we get conversion. They wake up today, they fence tomorrow, and this thing get reasons to get things where they cause some. And right about now they get one current phenomenon where they go around inside the country, and a phenomenon where they call it the climatic change. And the matter will carry come inside radio today. Be the same we could have with us today. We go do something different. Go be business as usual. It go be business unusual. Yes, welcome people, and today on top of the program, I get some Ogbonge visitors with me talking about my fellows from the SCOJA, Human Angle SCOJA, that is Society for Community, Journalism and Accountability. We got the inside studio together this morning. We could discuss on top of climatic change for inside we country Nigeria and even the world at large. And not only me the inside studio this beautiful morning, I get some beautiful faces and my ogas and madams them inside the studio with me this morning. I go let me introduce myself this morning.
All right, a very beautiful morning to our listener, and my name is Safia Ayu Sharif. I'm popularly known as So Chef, and I'm happy to be a part of this great team.
So Chef from where, I beg?
So Chef from Mina. So Chef from Niger State, yeah.
So if that is So Chef for Prestige FM, yes, now she be this on top of the radio today.
Happy to be here, and I have to say that it's lovely being here. The studio is amazing. I've never been to Badegi, I just realized. So I just want to say that I love the ambience, and I'm happy to be here.
Beautiful, nice one. So Badegi, finally you don't enter Badegi today. All right, and also we get Antiana in the building. Good morning this morning, Antiana.
Good morning, everyone. I am Anna Sibi Moses of Lina TV, popularly known as Kumashi. I'm happy to be here this morning.
All right, thank you very much, Antiana, for that one. And also Sabaga, yes?
Good morning, listeners. My name is Hamza Ibrahim Ambaga. I'm a journalist, and I'm happy to be here.
All right, thank you very much, Sabaga.
A good clap
yes,
for Sabaga.
Yes, Sabaga. Yes, Maoga. Our team lead,
Abubakar Akote, popularly known as Pen Pusher, of Daily Trust newspaper.
So when you are reading any news from Niger State, any news, most of the news where they see on top Daily Trust from Niger State, yes, now Mr. Akote, now him get the doings. Yeah, so country people, so right about now, I'll leave the floor open for our very own So Chef. May she give us a brief overview of what we expect on top of the program today.
All right, thank you so much for that beautiful introduction. And I just have to also mention that it's journalists feel full in the house, so you should expect so much talk, little rest, because that's what we are known for.
Yes.
And this conversation today is part of SCOJA Humango Advocacy initiative, which is going to be focused on climate change, media engagement, and youth civic participation. We're having this conversation because climate change is no longer something we talk about in the future tense. For us in Niger State and across northern Nigeria, it is already part of our daily reality. We see it in the extreme heat that affects our health and productivity. For anyone that's in Mina from a few days ago, we are going to bear witness that there is already so much going on. The heat is no longer joking, and it's been an extreme one, especially day before. I couldn't sleep though. Let me confess to that. For I think about 3 or so days now, I haven't been able to sleep, and there is so much wrong with the health and voice and everything. So all these are part of the reasons why we are here, and we see it also in flooding that destroys the homes, roads, and farmlands, and we feel it when farmers no longer know when to plant, when food becomes more expensive, and when livelihoods become uncertain. Now, when you are inside town in Niger State, you are going to realize that the Mebaro people now, they sell what's it called? they sell this Mibaru water for as high as 2,000 naira.
Yes.
Which is just like 10 jerrycan or thereabout. And this is just January. We are not supposed to be in that extreme time where Mina is. We know Mina tend to have moments like that where water scarcity is a thing, but also it's too early for us to start experiencing this type of things. So these are our reality now, and we need to know why these things are happening. I understand some people are going to say, Allah neka, or there is nothing we can do, but some things are man-made, and we have to make sure that we teach ourselves or we inform ourselves about why these things are important and how we can put them or bring them into our focus. And sometimes, just like I mentioned, this is not just an environmental issue, it is a livelihood issue, a health issue, and even a youth issue, right? And many people are experiencing the impact of climate change without clear, accurate information about exactly what is happening, why it is happening, and how to even respond to it. This is where we come in as media practitioners. This is where we come to inform you about this type of things. So today's conversations happening on the radio, on mobile phones, and across digital spaces. These platforms, they shape or they show us exactly what's happening in the world. And even though we see it as something that is far ahead, we like it or not, Nigeria, Niger State in particular, we are facing so much crisis, and we have to respond to it clearly and intentionally. So we are here for digital climate advocacy, which is not about complicated terminology. We're not here to tell you this. No. We are just here to inform you, and we're here to advise you to use your media responsibly to inform, engage, empower communities, especially young people, to take climate action safely and meaningfully. So this advocacy is about telling our own climate stories, protecting our digital spaces, and ensuring that information shared helps communities respond, not panic. Because I remember that I was telling my auntie, my 90+ year auntie yesterday, that this is because of climate change, which I told her, and I said, so she's like, hey, this Turawa and their Wahala. So you people, what do you want us to do? So these are the type of misinformation that we have to make sure that we take care of, and we spread the rightful information to get to people, so that there will not be panic, there will not be issue of these are Oyinbo things or something. They are our lived realities, and we have to confront them, spearhead. And when information is clear, inclusive and responsible, communities are better prepared, and better prepared communities can face climate change together.
All right. Thank you very much for that. Beautiful one, right there. Yes, so chef, say country people from now we know to understand the Ogbonge English way. So chef, blue.
You always have this issue with me.
No, I don't say so chef. Now she be our English mistress for inside the house. So she always like drop big grab. Mr. Kote, before I summarize for Broken, for Pigeon, do you have anything to add based on team lead where you be?
What I have to say, shed more light on, she has said everything. Skoja Fellowship is aimed to enlighten the general public on climate smart practices, things that they need to do, because many people don't understand that their actions are responsible for most of the climate crisis we face today. Look at, for example, indiscriminate burning of refuse dumps, and even refuse dumps being disposed indiscriminately on waterways and the rest of them. And also, people fell trees every day to meet the growing demand for house cooking fuel, firewood, charcoal, and the rest of them. All these things contribute to climate crisis, and we have a lot other alternatives that people will have adopted. Instead of falling trees indiscriminately, instead of dumping refuse out of control, all this constitutes a health hazard to our communities, to our lives, to even our livelihood. So that's what Skoja Fellowship all about, being powered by Human Angle Foundation. And the essence is to let the public know what to do and what not to do, so that we can protect ourselves, we can protect our environment, we can promote our health, and ensure that we live safely in our communities.
All right, listener, don't forget to, if you watch us live on top of our Facebook page at Badigi Radio 90.1 ZFM and also on YouTube. As we dey talk, two of my fellows they just carry waka enter inside the building. The two fellows, yes. So please, both are quite introduce themselves to Niger Lights.
Please introduce yourselves.
Well, good morning. My name is Shafi Adam. I am a Skoja fellow as well and soft life advocate.
Soft life.
Yes.
The bread is good.
I'm also a brand ambassador. Thank you for having me.
All right.
All right. We have a real advocate in the house.
Yes.
MC Ragada, baby.
My people, now good morning. No.
Yes.
My name is Sarjana Umaragada, a Skoja fellow. You said that I'm an advocate.
Yes.
We said.
Which of the advocates?
Now
You know
which
I'm
Yeah, you
into
need to
so
know.
many
She's also a
advocates.
part of the soft life advocacy.
All
I'm
right.
actually a part of girl advocate.
All right.
Thank you.
Okay.
All right, thank you very much. And very beautiful thing right here. We get a whole lot of people from different, as the Shafi is from NSTV, in case you are getting it twisted, and also Arajanana from Ultimate FM. So, sorry, I beg your pardon. She's the freelancer from. Okay, I see Lina TV for her head. Okay, now Lina TV has been the for her head. I beg your pardon.
We are a group of journalists
Yes.
who have taken it upon ourselves to see that we contribute our quota to the
Yes.
development of our communities
Community.
by enlightening people
Yes.
to take right actions
Yes.
that will promote health. Healthy
Very
environment.
important. Very important. So in essence, country people, wait till they talk, be say a whole lot of things done they happen now. We be say we go see say wells dry earlier this year. We they go through a whole lot of problems with coupled with the fact say even water board self no they help matters. But last year we get wells we be say it been serve us reach late December, even enter January thereabout. But this time around, since late November, now most of the wells done they dry, and it get reason, it get why. The heat self now we just they enter the heat season. We go see the kind heat we been happen day before yesterday, even yesterday. So this is show you say a whole lot of things done they happen inside your atmosphere. Ozone layer don't burn. It get reason, it get why. No be just like that. Now all these things they increase. All these things now they accumulate where they happen. Where be say we can they get this climatic change. Where be say they happen inside everywhere. Also, even we go see say water level self e don dey rise, and e get why. Because of this too much heat wey we dey experience right about now, all the icebergs wey dey the Antarctica region, all of them then dey melt, and all these things e get why. Human being dey cause, animals too dey cause, but the one wey be say we the human being dey cause na im plenty pass. Falling of trees e dey inside, like Mr. Akote talk, people dey burn refuse anyhow. Even improper disposal of your refuse sef e fit cause all these things, and na wetin make we carry this particular sensitization come on top of radio human angle in collaboration with Badegi Radio. Na im carry this one come for una this beautiful morning. So before we go open phone line so that even countryman sef fit contribute on top the program. But before then, we go like connect with one of our resource person today, talking about Abubakar Dakpanchi Mohammed, will be the founder of Green Environment and Community Empowerment Initiative. Ain't supposed come inside the studio, but him no fit come back from where in there because in the South Korea currently doing some 1 or 2 waka.
It's not
Yes.
Hauma, it's not the Kinchana people. How Koreans take the goods? Immediately, it's not China. That's very racist. That's very racist. Don't do that.
All right. So I think right about now.
Anyohaseyo people. Yeah, I'm not kidding. Ni Hauma is.
Una don't too watch.
Mandarin,
Una
right?
don't too watch Korean movie.
It's
Una
not
don't too
Korean,
watch.
it's basic knowledge. It's basic knowledge.
Yes.
Now, if we are not able to connect with him, I think
Yeah.
we rather, due to the time factor.
Yes. Okay, I think we don't get time online already. Yes. Sharp.
sweet.
Yes. Hello. Good morning. This morning.
You are supposed to like Anyohaseyo.
Good morning. Good morning.
Annyeonghaseyo.
Yes, hello.
All right. Good morning. This morning, Mr. Abubakar Dakpanchi Mohammed.
Good morning, everyone.
Yes,
Thank you very much.
All right. Please, can you introduce yourself? You are live on radio on Badegi Radio 90.1 FM now.
Oh, wow. My name is Abubakar Muhammad Dakwenshi.
Yes.
I'm the founder of Green Environment and Community Empowerment Initiative,
Okay.
where we advocate for greener and sustainable environment.
Okay. All right. Thank you very much, Mr. Abubakar Mohammed. So, when would they talk about climate change to a layman, what should come to mind?
To a layman, I
Yes.
think he will just let me just put it in this way. I believe when you have a clothes that you use all the time, even if you have them many and you continue to use them all the time, I think it will get to a point where the clothes will run out. So let me put it in that way. In simple terms, whatever you have, either resources or what kind of resources you have, the more you continue to use it, the more it continues to change. So the same thing with the environment or the climate system. The more we continue to engage the climate system, the more things begin to change, and then we have differences, and then we have changes in the weather condition. I think simply changes in the climate condition. Let me just put it that way.
Okay. All right. Thank you very much for that, Mr.
Yeah.
Abakar. So now, people they talk say human activities, they cause climate change. So how do you feel human activities has directly or indirectly worsened the climate crisis in Niger State and beyond?
Well, if we're to say it sincerely,
Mm.
I believe anyone who know much, even if you are just a maybe let me say a passerby, somebody who just passing through Niger states,
Mm.
you should know that by the roadside of most communities, you will see people charcoal sacks filled up,
Mm.
and then you see firewood by the roadside. That is more of like activities going on in Niger State. I think one of the critical factors, let me say, what is human contribution to climate change more is more of deforestation and land degradation. And these are actually being motivated by our economic situation, poverty, let me put it in that way, because people just need money to survive. So they feel these natural resources is just the only, let me say, the most nearby resources they can actually have access to without anybody confronting them. And then it actually tends to contribute to a lot of crises because the environment tends to be exposed. And then these are part of a lot of activities. Another thing that I would say is timber logging. You will see right from even most of us that are still young, this is something that everybody, you see, most forests has been degraded as a result of timber logging. Most of this timber just take a lot of forest from the forest, take of trees from the forest, and then take it to markets. This is another critical factor. And then the other thing I want to show more is expansion, because we want to build, we want to clear environment to build. Everybody wants development. Everybody wants a new house. Even local government areas are experiencing growth. So people clear this environment off just to put on their structure, neglecting the natural environment where they don't care. Everybody just cut down this tree and then build up areas, and then nobody replace these trees. Another thing is construction. Government want to construct. People build on waterways. These are a lot of human factors that have contributed to our situation. Yes.
All right. Thank you very much, Mr. Abubakar. Do you have any question for him?
I think we just want to really appreciate you.
Okay, we still have some questions though.
Yes.
Okay, so real quick, Mr. Abubakar, so what do you think government and other stakeholders like you need to do to reduce the impact of climate change on our communities and in our lives?
Well, I feel in the government, because government have the real chunk of for work to do, and I just want to put it directly that we need to be more of proactive, and action should be more louder than the noise. And I believe government in their own way need to engage institutions, especially research institutions, to be able, because I believe everybody as a graduate, we have research that we've conducted that has to do with it. If you go around most institutions in Niger State now, I must tell you that you have different researches done about deforestation, but what action has been taken? None. Actions has not been taken. Government in other way, there is no actual sensitization. Government need to sensitize the locals. In our own way, as CBOs, community-based organizations, NGOs, youth groups, we need to come together collaboratively to engage the locals and tell them the right thing to do, because most of them they lack the awareness. They don't know what to do. They don't even know the consequences of what they are doing, to be honest. And they need to be aware that there is a long-term consequence of all these activities, and then government also need to come in with alternative initiative, because you cannot ask somebody to stop cutting down the trees when you don't have alternative source. Most of these people depend on firewood, charcoal, they don't have any alternative source. So if you ask them not to cut down trees, you must give them alternative source, and just like another alternative cooking source. And I believe that this is the only way government and stakeholders can actually come in and collaborate with religious leaders, because religious leaders also play a great role. Both religion, that is either you're practicing Muslim or you're practicing Christian, both religion condemn hampering the environment. So that I believe religious leaders can actually come on board to also educate people, sensitize people to be able to checkmate these activities.
All right, beautiful one right there. You also, Mr. Abubakar, right about now, they call on more sensitization and awareness for people for inside our locality. So, Mr. Abubakar, last question. What is the organization doing particularly to contributing to climate smart practices in Niger State, and what challenges do you face so far?
Well, in my own aspect, I believe we've actually done our own little way. We've engaged community leaders, youth groups, and even religious leaders. In our own way, we've donated trees, especially economic trees, to individuals to see how we can encourage them to plant most of these trees to be able to have the benefit, the social, economic, and the environmental benefit of these particular economic trees. We've donated most of these trees to local areas, especially local areas. That is our target point. Well, so far, but if you are aware, people, anything that doesn't bring immediate benefit to people don't take it serious. Let me be honest with you. And we've had challenges where you donate trees to a community. They don't even want to take care of these trees. They have to even request that you have to give them some stipend before they can nurture these trees for you. You are giving them this tree free of charge. Unfortunately, they want you to pay them, because most of these people, sometimes they believe that most of these CBOs or NGOs have money, or they've collected money from some sort, not knowing that sometimes it is just individual efforts that are actually margin up to get these resources to do what they want to do, just to contribute their own quota. But unfortunately, people don't see it that way, and I believe we can only change or redirect our mindset before we can be able to achieve a lot. That so far, my challenge has just been people not understanding the need to continue to protect their own environment, not knowing that they are the first victim.
All right. Thank you very much, Mr. Mohammed.
I'm not sure if we have any more questions. Mr. Mohammed, thank you so much. That is a very beautiful initiative, and we're glad you joined us this morning.
Thank you very much for having me.
Yes.
And please, lastly, I wanted to add something. I forgot. Sorry.
Go ahead.
I wanted to say that honestly, the government needs to look critically into the aspect of legislation. I believe, regardless of what we do, if there is a proper legislation from Niger State of Assembly, I believe we can curtail issues that have to do with environment. Because you realize that the government don't seem to, not that there is no rules, but there is not a strong rules that actually will portray that, okay, if somebody is doing something that is not right, especially that has to do with the environment, this is a punishment act that you have to follow. Lastly, I believe Niger State government, just recently we have an energetic local government chairman. Please, they should do more to encourage or maybe to protect our forest environment, because most of these local government areas are more closer to the people. They need to come on board. They are energetic, they have vision, they have ideas. They need to come on board and partner with sister groups to curtail most of these environmental crises. Thank you very much.
All right.
Thank you so much.
Thank you very much, Mr. Abubakar Dakbanchi Muhammad, who is the founder of Green Environment and Community Empowerment Initiative. Thank you very much. I want to say a very big thank you to you for lending your voice on the program this morning.
Thank you very much.
All right. Bye for now.
All right, thank you so much. That's a very beautiful one.
Yes.
And I, as we keep saying, sometimes before we do anything, we have to look into the reality of who we are as Nigerians. A lot of times when you bring initiatives like this to our people, especially in northern Nigeria, you're going to realize that people have more interest or are more interested into what benefit financially those things are going to give them, rather than what or how they are going to affect them. So Shafi, just like you came in, can we like quickly maybe have you say one or two based on digital climate advocacy?
Yeah, for me, I think when we talk about climate change, I like to narrow it down to the layman language or level, I think basically what we're advocating for is to draw attention of people or citizens to those things that we do that are actually harmful. Not now, but in the long run, because most of these things that we are actually experiencing now, like the heat that is becoming unbearable, because most times if you even look at it, this year most of us have been saying that the Hamatans came very late, and even when it came,
Was there even a matter?
Because
there is nothing, especially in
There was-
Mina, especially in Mina. I think in other local government, because I've traveled quite a lot this
but
few
even
months.
outside Mina, I was in Sokoto December, January.
Yeah.
You still remember, but even this almighty Sokoto that used to be very cold and windy
Yeah.
during Hamatan, the Hamatan was less, because even when I was going there, I took a lot of sweaters and cardigans just so I can protect myself from the cold or
You
wind
never
there.
saw the code.
I didn't even use it there because so I think these are the things that we should emphasize on, because they are what we can relate to directly. They are things that we've been doing for maybe 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 years before, that we are actually seeing the consequences now. Harmattan came very late and it was short. Then if you take out Harmattan, I think what should be our major concern is that of rainfall, because most of these things, I think our food, a lot of things rely on rainfall, because that's without food we will not even be here. I came this before because I had to wait and do breakfast before I
You don't play
come
with
here.
food normally.
So I think that one we should hammer more on that one, because
Yes.
a lot of things are actually going on, and we actually the cause.
Yes.
I think we should dwell on more on that.
No, you know, talking about the rainfall real quick
Yeah.
before I forget. Now, the thing with the rainfall be say now the rainfall time done they shift. It's either it starts earlier or you stop middle, then it can't continue later.
But
And
it's
now-
not even say
And
I
now,
don't even understand
and now-
anything
about the
like that.
rainfall,
and
yes.
now
I
what I'm
remember
saying is
First rain
is
sometimes comes March. After that, it will stay until
yes.
middle of May before rain starts.
Starts.
And when
Yes.
it comes, it's always windy.
it's always
It comes with
so now, and you know, farmers now where they go farm, they need this particular information to know when they go plant, because most plants they actually get particular amount of weeks where you need to do before you go feed time for harvest go feel reach. Now when would they get this confusing pattern, farmers go lose.
Na so.
Because when you go plant, if you plant earlier, you dey expect say rain go come, the rain no come, your seedlings go die.
Na so.
But I think last year or so or 2 years ago, even with the rainfall, I think we had shortage of rainfall.
Because
Because the rain,
it was cutting.
if it is supposed to become for maybe 4, 5 months, I
Yeah.
think most times now rain falls for like 2, 3 months,
Yes,
and it
and stops,
ceases
yes.
and stops.
Yeah.
So even if you want to do the calculation, if your crops need like 3 months constant rainfall and
Yeah.
it gets 1 month
Yeah.
and it stops, there will be shortage of
Yes,
food. I
yes.
think that's what
Definitely.
we should emphasize on.
And also, even we need to emphasize not only for human beings, even for animals too.
Yeah.
Very important in the wildlife. You know, they need if rain no fall. No, it's true. We have to protect our biodiversity too. No, we need to protect. We need to protect as much as we dey protect human life. We need to talk about the biodiversity too, because a whole lot of animals too they go on this water where they come from these rivers, and if the rain no fall, the water no go fit come to the rivers. How they want to drink too.
And they contribute
yes,
to a lot
and they
of
contribute.
climate,
Yes, you know,
whatever.
they also because
Not just
somebody was saying
whatever.
something just yesterday. They were saying some countries when this issue of this snake happened, then somebody for Twitter they say may they eradicate snakes, and somebody was saying if there is no snake, there will be problem. Because snakes na natural remedy
It's
to
like
rats.
bees and gravity
You know,
of some
once
sort,
there is
yeah.
no snake, you have a big infestation of rats. Rats will not be able to be controlled, and you have a serious problem on your hand. So, if you remove from this pyramid of, the food chain, we know if you come out one particular one at the end of the day.
So, but what I want to talk about again is having established that background, I think it is important to dwell on causes of those things.
Yes.
What causes that what we do,
Yeah.
the
And our responsibilities
responsibilities
as well.
as,
Yes,
as,
it's
as
very
human
important.
beings.
Yes.
Because if you are talking about climate change, it is actually as a result of our practices, what we do in the
Yes.
environment, like cutting down of trees and maybe indiscriminate bush burning and stuff like that. So I think Safia should sensitize us or enlighten us on some of the practices, harmful practices
Practices
that
that
we
we
do in
do.
the environment.
Okay, I think I would rather choose a safe word and said climate responsibility in our homes.
Yeah.
You know,
It starts from the
it
home.
starts
Yeah,
from
I
the
like
home.
that. Yeah,
Yeah.
true.
Because oftentimes we love to just generalize everything and just forget the fact that some things they
Starts
start
from us.
I swear to God, don't they look me.
Because they push blame. They push blame.
You get
Even
so-
inside our homes, like what do we used to cook? So, chef, what are you cooking with? Tell us. Are you cooking with charcoal?
Please, it's not
Or
of your
firewood.
business.
Use
I-
this firewood.
I wouldn't look this fresh. Yeah, I would not look this fresh.
All right.
Alright, so let's go step by step because more actions matter.
Yes.
They do, and we can start by reducing or avoiding open burning and properly disposing our refuse. That one is very important. Some of us that grew up in big houses, we know that inside our house we have this particular bowler
Yes, yes.
where we pour everything, and then when it is time to just instead of like disposing it properly, like the waiting for the trucks or something that the government have provided to come pack these things, now we go carry wreck and everything, go start the burner, and that smoke is really not good for our health. It's really not good for the system. It's not good for the climate. It affects the climate, right?
Yes.
So these are the things that we have to also look at, and we can save energy by switching off lights. I know this sound a little ridiculous to people that don't follow on climate activities. They are going to tell you, because I remembered when we did advocacy last month, when we mentioned switching off lights and fans when they are not in use. An old woman was looking at me like, hello, you get, like, she was thinking, like, do you know what you are saying? Thank you very much. So things like this are very important. Even appliances, we can do away with all of these things. And sometimes you people do know that some of us in our houses, we have appliances that are as old as independent, right? Independence, sorry. Yes, and those things also, they affect the way the environment functions in itself, because it's no longer in a safe usage condition, and we're just going ahead to use it. So we're not in use. All these things that these appliances that we talk about, and also reducing generator. I have issue with people that have generators.
Yes.
You people, please, I tell God beg you, solar is not that expensive
You
these
have
days.
personal beef with
I
them,
do.
right?
With everything in my chest. Solar is not that expensive, Haretena.
It is,
It's
but
not.
it is not
She's-
that
It's
expensive.
not that expensive. I'm not saying it's not
She
expensive.
said
Somebody-
it's not
I'm
that
saying it's not that
expensive.
expensive.
Somebody that has not been able to eat his 3 square meal. You are telling
you
him
are
to go
talking
and buy
about
solar.
solar.
I get that. I get that. But also, be realistic also requires us
yes.
to look at people that also on that radar
Yes.
don't even afford generators. So
Yes,
this stuff that
exactly.
I'm talking is not for people
Yes.
that are not
cannot
able
afford
to.
it.
Thank you very much. And I sympathize with a lot of us because we are in a hard time. So please, we are not just throwing away what you're going through or making you feel somehow. No, we're just setting the reality of our lives, and we hope you are going to understand this. And then we can also do well by saving water, by fixing leaking taps and using water carefully. Someone is going to tell me that this is not very important, but oftentimes, how do you see it when there is a leak on a street or somewhere in your area even, and then consistently keep going there? How do you see the condition of that place? You understand that
The
it's
land
going
would
to
be
look
great.
like
Yes.
it's
Yes.
going to look like there is erosion of some
Erosion,
sort
yes.
in that place, and then it's just going to be giving you this off vibe, and
Yes.
that's how.
And gradually, even the soil begins to
Erode,
wash
Thank you
yeah.
very much.
That's
Those
very
are the
true,
things that we are
yes.
going to that we are talking about, and then we also have to look at planting and protecting trees around our homes.
I was going to say that
that's the
because
most
the last advocacy we
did,
had,
yeah.
there was something you said about where we were growing up. You hardly go to any house without seeing a
Without
tree
tree,
in
not
front
even
of it. It was
trees.
even a thing of pride when we were growing up,
Yeah.
because
You get, ba?
there is that joy that comes with
This
planting trees,
natural-
the natural atmosphere.
Thank you. And I
But
even have to
these
go.
days-
I even have to go personal on that. So growing up, right, in my house, when you go
Yeah.
to my family house, right, there is like a huge big mango tree, a very big one. It's ancient, more than 100-year-old tree, and I'm not even kidding.
Wow.
That tree
Up
has
to
been
now,
there.
right?
It still stands, but it's not as greenery. And
It is
beautiful as
becoming
it was
old
before.
and dying.
Something that is
Because
more
of
than
climate
100
change.
years old. So
Yeah.
you can. It's been there since my great grandfather, and I'm a child of old parents. So you can imagine how old that tree is. And then also inside our home, we have like these different type of trees that are there. Just for planting sake, we even have a lemon tree in our house. we have this Debino one. I don't know what they call it.
Debino is dates now.
Dates, yeah. Dates. Thank you. I'm sorry, I just got confused. So
Right.
you see all those things, right? When we are growing up, even
So
the
I
smell
was
is very
thinking we will
different.
have the phone line so that I wanted to pose a question that what is really happening? Why are we no longer planting trees?
Planting.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Why are we
You know,
cutting down trees
Yes.
in the
I went to
environment?
Rafi.
Because even in the city, this
Spaces.
almighty city
The space
that's supposed to be beautifully, yeah, you
Let's
can
go-
you
No,
not
they're
see
even
flowers.
cutting down
Let's
trees.
not
They're
talk
cutting-
about cities. Let's say villages.
Villages,
Those
yes.
places you go formally and the whole atmosphere feels fresh
Fresh,
because of
yeah,
trees.
yeah.
I went to Rafi Yashi on Sunday.
Yeah.
I was disappointed. Like a whole land. Let's say, I don't know how. Let's say from here to like Tunga roundabout. You
Yeah.
understand?
There was no single
Yes,
tree?
No trees.
That's
Wow.
disappointing.
I turned and I told my husband, I said, what's really happening? Like the whole thing.
I think
Okay, people living at that in that environment. I imagine how they feel, how they cope,
Yeah.
because everything just feels artificial.
Yeah.
You
and
understand? Like
dry.
that? Yeah, and
It's just
And
like
they
to give
keep-
you this
they keep
that
complaining
nature
of
is
heat.
Mad Max
And
movie type of feeling.
Yeah.
Because everywhere
Right.
is dry.
And they keep complaining of heat. Then olden days,
Yes.
when you have that kind of atmosphere or nature, what they do is just go outside
Under the
under
tree.
the
And
trees,
Yes, and
and,
you are
you
okay.
feel free.
It's
You
like,
will
it's
relax.
like when I
Imagine
went
sleep
to
outside,
Gobi.
but these days you can't sleep
Where,
outside.
where,
even.
where,
It's
where
too
you want to go
different.
sleep?
All right,
Like,
guys, I think we have to
Fine.
open the phone lines right about now, so listeners
Don't
can
we have
also
any
call
comments
in.
on the Facebook
Yes, we have some
page?
comments on the Facebook page, so we are going to open the phone lines right about now on 091 38579001. Yes, now the numbers to take callers be that. Make we also check out on top of waiting we they talk about this morning. And on our Facebook page, we get comments from Maimunat Baba Saliu saying climate is everybody's responsibility.
It is.
Yes, so it is. And she said, in our homes, what can we do?
We
Yes,
just answered
we
that
just answered that
question,
particular
yeah.
question. Also, this one says that the general public should pay attention to the weather prediction from NIMET. It is important, and Niger State Ministry of Environment should do more sensitization.
That's
Yes,
a
Yeah,
yes,
yeah.
yes.
Oh,
I think I have
also,
to.
let's also clarify that Bimuna Babasalu is also one of our fellows.
Yes.
Yeah, and she's also a climate change advocate,
Advocacy,
an SGBV advocate. That
But
one
the
is
second comment
Coco.
about sensitization, I think we should also hammer on that from the
Yes.
Ministry of Environment, because gone are the days where you see town criers going
Around
those,
and, you
what
know.
do you even call them? Is it Dubangari or what do you
No,
call
no,
them?
no. Magatakari.
Magatikada or something.
No, is it Magatakari?
They are not Magatikada. They
forgot
go,
what
they
they-
go because I feel these days it is even supposed to be easier because we have social media platforms, we have
We have
media
radio.
that you can go and do
Yes.
announcements, do adverts, and sensitize people. But I don't. I think they're not really doing much, or I think they should get more involved
Yes.
in some of these things. They
In
should.
addressing the
In
issues,
addressing
yes.
these
We should
issues.
use our
Even-
social
even-
media
Even,
platforms.
even apart from sensitization from the government part, policies, intentional policies, you know, outlawing felling of trees,
Like there should be a
outlawing-
fine. Like
Yes, there should
there
be.
should not
Yes,
be
when you are
cutting
caught,
down
when
of
you are
trees.
caught, there should be jail
point,
time.
there was a rule in India where they plant trees, and then was it India or Indonesia? I'm not sure, but I know there was a country that had that sort of thing where there is also an African country that also adopted that. I was at one of a GSA events and I remembered it was mentioned. So where they are going to plant trees,
Yeah.
all the trees they have tags, they have like numbers. Yes, they know born you and your generation.
Make you
To
go
cut
cut
any-
that.
So
Yes.
those trees are just there as protection, right? So anytime they reach a certain, some are going to be uprooted, some are going to be left there because it's like a just like you said, from here to Tunga
Yes,
type of
roundabout,
place.
yeah.
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 So
Distance.
yes, they are just going to be there for preservation and making sure that the climate is steady and everything and everything.
you're
And
Yeah.
another thing
You
is,
are
another thing
planting
is,
another
another thing
right.
is,
that helps a lot in producing
we know
cocoa.
overemphasize the importance of trees in our communities because we always tell people say trees apart from the fact say that they give us the ambience, the beautification part, the resting part. Without trees, you can't
Cannot
breathe.
breathe.
We need to know this.
Yeah, and now.
Without trees,
very
we
true.
can't
Ah,
breathe.
Now why
We need to
original
know.
they build the whole chest? Yeah, sorry.
That's why these days
Yes.
small thing best not suffocate.
Yes, well,
Small
yes.
thing, you don't faint.
Stampede.
Small thing, you
Small
don't
thing,
faint.
stampede.
Yes.
It's true.
Again, we need to understand
Because
that
that has been echoed even since from primary
yes,
school
since from
now.
primary
Yeah.
They
school.
breathe in, we breathe in oxygen,
Oxygen,
and they breathe out carbon dioxide.
No,
Something like
the carbon
And now
dioxide.
somebody that go to school to
The
tell you,
carbon,
tell us
the
joke.
carbon dioxide wey they breathe out.
Yeah.
Na him the tree they breathe in, then recycle am.
If you
Clap,
let a
clap,
private school you
clap,
do.
clap,
Clap for her, clap for her, clap for her.
If you like public school, you do at the public school. Tell us.
So also it is very important to know say tree they serve as windbreakers.
Yeah.
When there is big wind coming through, if you get trees, people will get trees where they close to their own houses, they no go they more affected. And also trees they help with erosion too, because they go help hold the soil together. So areas where we say they don't get much trees, anytime where big water come, maybe they know
just wash them away.
Do you know what's also funny is that in China, right, there is this practice that they do. So if there is like a big tree that's been in a street and the government finally feel like, okay, that road is going to be constructed into like a big road or something. There are a lot of areas or province as they love to call it in China currently, that when you go, you are going to see a massive tree for middle of the road. Like why? Or middle of a community. And the government do not just, they uprooted everything, shifted it into shifted it
uprooted from the roots.
Uprooted everything. They are not just going to like cut it down and like we do here. No, they won't cut it down. They refuse to cut it down. They'll uproot everything like carefully and beautifully.
Hausa people normally say only me and say I'm up time.
For real. So all these things, I think.
Let me make reference to what happened the recent Mokwa flood when during one of the visits to the area, there is this picture that was going viral that time, and the whole environment was the shots of the environment went viral, and someone was saying that, so is it that there is no single tree in this whole area or community?
I agree.
All these tree the rain washed away everything, and they said they were the ones that were actually cutting down the trees by themselves by their activities. So some of these things can be curtailed.
Yes.
So kind of, because we cannot really say we can avoid some of these natural disasters, but some of our activities that we do contribute to those things.
Our time don't they fast spent already, listeners. 091 385790001 are the numbers to call on this morning to also make our contributions on top the program. Though we not get much time, I think we just get time for just maybe one or two calls. But before then, though, we get this message on our Facebook page from Seidu Babamang, saying a very timely and important conversation as climate change continues to affect livelihoods, food security, and the environment in Niger State. Leveraging digital platforms for advocacy is no longer optional. It is essential. It says conversations like this help bridge the gap between awareness, citizen engagement, and policy action. Looking forward to the insights and practical solutions that will emerge from this discussion. An informed and digitally engaged public is indeed the foundation of good governance. All right. So
thank you.
Yes, and we have Memunat Babasa saying, Captain Dogo, please, I would like you to continue on the conversation on the importance of trees. No,
what did she say?
She said she wants some.
Importance. Yes, on the importance of trees. But our time is already.
Yeah, I wanted to say something about on that tree planting.
Our time is up already.
We should look into the how to curb this whole menace. We've talked about the problems, we've highlighted them, and we've mentioned
there's solutions. Personally, but for me, for solutions, but I want to encourage or urge all of us as we are here now, as you are listening to us, as you are hearing us or seeing this conversation, please let us make up our mind to plant a tree individually inside our homes or outside our homes. I think we should start from that sensitization. Then the person that spoke of digital platforms, please, he should also help us. Let him also plant a tree, take pictures. I think we should start from the time to connect me on Facebook or social media. I think we'll drop our social media and those. Let's start with downloads. We are all going out to start planting a tree, just one tree, please.
I'm talking about planting of trees. Some people may tell you that they don't have space in their houses. Those that live in rented house, you can use sack. Yes, you can use sack.
Someone like me that do backyard farming.
Backyard farming. You can just use sack, pour your
seeds inside.
Seedlings, yes, and just water
when it nurtures, and when it nurtures into a stage, you can
transplant it somewhere. Anywhere. All right, Aradna.
Let's quickly.
Aradna, do you have anything?
This one doesn't have anything.
Real quick.
So let's look at one of the simplest things we can do is protect our environment. In many parts of Nigeria, trees are cut for fuel, construction without replacement, and so on and so forth. And then let's also look at the use of energy, which is also another major issue because of power challenges. Many Nigerians depend on generators and so on and so forth. While we may not eliminate them immediately, reducing unnecessary use is very important. So let's keep that into our mind. And let's also look look at waste management, which also affects
very, very
majorly
important.
our climate. Yes, and let's open the vacation and so on. So waste release toxic gases and so on and so forth. There are things that we have to be looking at. And finally, information. Right? Information
is
matters, yes. Radio, social media, digital platforms, they all shape how we look at these things. Sometimes when you go to our parents and go to them, this climate change, this is how we you understand that type of thing. But when we educate them about how this thing works, or the system and how bad it is and it is affecting us, I think factual and accurate information on these things are what are going to help us and go on. So curbing climate change in Nigeria is not about doing everything at once. It is about taking realistic steps, using our resources wisely, and working together as communities. When Nigerians act with knowledge and intention, we strengthen our ability to face climate challenges together.
Thank you.
I think before we go by, let me share this personal experience. We used to have this tree in my house before. So we cut they used to do bread. So when last year Ramadan came, the atmosphere was very hot and intense. So my mom kept complaining that this heat is becoming unbearable. And I kept whenever she says that, I reminded her of the tree that she asked us to cut down. So finally she had to say we should plant more trees, and we had to go back and buy more fresh trees than we planted, and they are doing well. So I think we should, whenever they complain of heat or intense weather, tell them that the solution is.
I think you just give me something to push back to my parents.
Alright.
That's what we should talk to.
All right, real
say
quick.
for.
From me to you, I want to call on the government. Like our resource person said earlier, we need alternative sources, and it could interest people to know. Say actually, cooking gas they more cheaper than that charcoal we una they use currently. How much is the bag of charcoal? Do you know that? Do you know that cooking gas is actually cheaper than that charcoal we people they buy, they use? And if we cut down the use of charcoal, many people they use gas. It is more cleaner. The cooking gas is more cleaner. You don't have the smoke where they go inside the atmosphere, where they injure our atmosphere, the ozone layer, where they make the sun they shine directly up to us.
You know when you talk of gas, but people see it as maybe
as a very
expensive
fancy
thing.
luxury
For people who get money,
Yes.
it is some of these things
No,
that we
it
should
doesn't.
be hammering on.
Those are the factual information that we've been talking about.
Yes,
So,
so
let's
people-
quickly sign up. So
yes, so
my
people need to
radio
know.
mind is not at rest.
Yes.
We
All
are
right. So
already past time.
from okay. So real quick, guys. Just
No, I think you
30
should remind them
seconds.
that this program is
30
actually a
seconds,
human
30
and foundation
seconds, yes.
program.
Yeah,
Yes.
it's Skoja
Strengthening
based.
community journalism and human rights,
yes.
advocacy, Skoja fellowship,
in collaboration with
Collaboration.
Badegi Radio.
Yes.
and Netherlands
Embassy. Yeah, the Kingdom of Netherlands.
Yes.
Yeah,
All
thank
right.
you so much. My name has been Sophia Dairo Sharif, but you can call me So Chef. We've been together with
Anna Sibi Moses.
and an advocate of soft life, Shafi Adam. We also have our team lead here, Akoti
Yes.
Abubakar.
Akota Abubakar,
Yes.
Sam
And
Wait,
one
Baga.
boy like that from Lapai, I'm not sure I know his name, but I think it's Hamza Abaga.
We
Yeah.
have also Memuna who has
Memuna,
joined us
yes.
on the social media platform.
All right.
So the rest of the team, David also.
David
is also
Arome.
David
Yes.
Arome,
And
Adeyemi.
Adeyemi.
Yeah,
Yes.
those are the people that have make sure that this thing come to you safely and beautifully. Thank you so much, Badegi Radio. For
All right,
hosting us.
we want to say a very big thank you to everybody who there here today, and for you who listen to us and the ones who know if you call us, want to say very very big thank you. Also to Mr. Abubakar Dakwanchi Mohammed, want to say a very big thank you, and to Baba Shuabu Badegi, want to say a very big thank you
Hey,
too for
Baba,
giving
yeah.
us
Baba, thank
this
you.
opportunity to, yes, for giving us this opportunity. Thank you very much. All right, Team Politics 101 coming our way again next week. Before I go always like to the give una that's my talk. What the list now make una no forget say una vote now una voice. Say make una do sharp. Go make sure say una get una PVCs ready. Very very important, because if you say what the government know they do, you know be by to just talk. Now by to carry yourself go the election place make you go
And
vote
no
wetin no
politician
good.
is what they are alive. Stay alive and enjoy.
Yes. Bye for now.
Right.